Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. I'm watching almost a biopsy, surgical biopsy of the what they say confirmation hearings of this Ketanji Jackson Brown. The one gentleman who looks familial to me, not familiar, because I've never seen his face before, but some genealogy of a greater existential family, is asking her a question and says, to your understanding, can a child live outside of its, I think, mother for 20 weeks? And again, that 20, it's a different breed of question. It's a different line of questions. It's not meant for paramilitary operations, which is what I feel her nomination is. Is it some paramilitary entrenchment that's touching all the wrong head cases and preying on the unsuspecting public that's growing this area in a really dangerous way? There are holes in time and space. There are greater laws of physics than the ones that, like, Lynn and Lou live within. They don't even know physics. Existentially, like at a abstract of like a larger theological and a larger biological, physiological, anatomical whole makeup and possibility. It's not even thought of by them. It's not spoken of. They're little people, little thoughts. And at the moment, it feels like they're a little touched in the head watching so much of this acceptance crap. While I know there's larger things going on. So, in a larger conversation, in a very quiet area that can't confirm things regularly, is it possible that a child steps out from behind a black veil or behind a veil, or works within the veil, behind the veil, in the magical realm of possibilities, to say, I see the points of starlight on the chart, and I see the charter coming up based on this woman, Linda, and this marriage to this Lewis? That would be my part. I don't want to be there. I don't want to take part in this. I'm not agreeing to this. This is unacceptable, and I want out prior to entry, prior to a born date with labels and so on and so forth. What I don't understand, because Alexander has a behind the veil occurrence with me for extra special purpose because of my very real claim on I don't want to be born here. Not at this time, not in this method, not to these physics principles, not to the movement of however they've built this area. So that's not something that this woman is qualified to answer, not on my behalf and not in public arena. That's why it's a family business, and she's not family. So I'm going to play the exact question from the exact senator for the quiet area that can't speak publicly or on camera. So I have some sense of semblance with, I didn't want to be here prior to being conceived or conceptualized or storyline being built, twisted, and manipulated in. My son Alexander was the same. He's my recessive trait genes. Because I've had other problems while I've been walking human. I came out one way from Linda and Lou. I had a nose that protrude off my face. I had dimension in my face when I was little. I was beautiful, gorgeous. My symmetry lines, I was thin. I mean, I used to be excited about my body. I would pose, I would dance, I was moving, and then one day it all changed. I woke up from a nap and I said to Judy, I'm like, what happened to my face? My nose was pushed in flatter, and it was like my whole dimensions of my face changed. I have no idea what happened to it. Now the light's going on and off. The circuitry, look at this. That's some computer physics wizard on something somewhere inside the grid, outside of my visual conception. Sending a sign somehow in a poltergeist way. So anyway, Alexander and I have a different claim on things in quiet area that I can't even access at this point. I wouldn't know where to go or who to speak to. But it's outside the realm of Lynn and Lou and whatever this is going on in this current time. And I am not to be treated the same way as Linda. Clear and simple. Alexander and I have a special time, and he's my genetic inversion. Him and I have one set of circumstances at Behind the Veil in quiet area that doesn't talk on camera. Lynn and I have a totally different thing. I said I didn't want to be born, but I was born anyway, and she's not even cognitively aware or awake or awoke to even know how to explain it. It's just easier to say I'm human, I sound crazy. Doesn't work. That's what paramilitary wants you to say.
Against attacks from Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee. I'm not a biologist. I haven't studied this.
You don't know whether an unborn child could live outside the womb at 20 weeks gestation?
What I know is that the Supreme Court has tests and standards that it's applied when it evaluates regulation of the right of a woman to terminate their pregnancy.
Right. Confusing, though, because I'm a woman, Linda's a woman, and I wanted to terminate my own pregnancy before I was born to Linda. In a Hyperion realm of quantum state prior to arriving in this physique and physicality. Because the matrix in the system was already broken at planetary, galactic, Milky Way, whatever way you want to paint that. I mean, again, it is just not all right. Nothing that has preceded has been all right. But yet my right to choose whether I wanted to be born or not was taken from me, from behind the veil, in places that you can't speak. It's spoken about in the family, my genetic family, but now I have non-family members that want to have a say and that want all sorts of things that are causing all sorts of trouble. I mean, the problems are just so much bigger than anyone realizes, for real. And it's in the Bible. There's one of the Bibles that say it. It's spoken of in anthropological, multicultural, might I add, about the star gods and their plights and their mythology and how, I don't know which, I can't quote any of them because I don't have a belief system. I wasn't born with one. I have a maple leaf to my north for tea leaves, but in the leaf me alone below, I don't really have any bee leaf. Haven't been given anything to construct or to speak on. But I know in some of the other cultures and societies, they know about star people. They know about this special occurrence in the stars and with the timing and planetary programming. If there's much chaos and things, all sorts of weird things happen. Again, I don't know how UFOs work. I don't know what department handles UFOs for strange lights that happen outside and they move in these weird ways and then someone denies that it's even in existence. Yeah, great. There's a whole system for that, categorically, in some area of human. Who knows what they call themselves? Who knows what nation state they belong to? I have no idea. Again, I'm on some semi-intelligent machine, but I have no idea the driving force behind it. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.